Hello everyone, my name is Afjol Hussain, student of MSc Management, University of Hertfordshire. My student ID is 21076712 and my research topic is do we need legislation to ensure that business organizations follow or use social business models? A case study on Amazon Fresh UK. In the next slide, I will explain my research aim. This research aimed to investigate the legislation regarding the social business model which organizations need to follow in the UK. My research objectives are to understand the socially aware models and their integration into the business practice of modern times, to evaluate the various impact of legislation in enlightening the procedure regarding the transformation of traditional business into social aware business organization, to carry out the case study on Amazon Fresh UK criticizing its activity following its business models concerning social business models. The research question are what are the socially aware models and their integration into the business practices of modern times? What are the various impact of legislation in enlightening the procedure regarding the transformation of traditional business into social aware business organization? What are activities of Amazon Fresh UK following its business model to turn it into social business models? In this slide, I will explain background of my topic. Socially responsible business models are the model for profit organization that operates the business not only for profit but also for sustainable economic, social and environmental perspective of the society, said Lars Matthies, France Melis and Aido 2018. This type of business model are necessary in the current world as it helps to reduce the negative impact on the environment and the society while providing different positive effects. Social responsibility in a business company is related to ethical labor practices, inclusiveness, taking eco-friendly measures, charity and others. It also helps to increase the moral or ethical consideration of the company. In this slide, I will explain importance of research objectives to the sectors. The research objectives are important as they help to understand if the government of the UK legislation to ensure that business follow the social business models. The study will also analyze how a regulation influences the company's perspective of adapting social business models. The study will use Amazon Fresh to understand the action, procedures, and influencer in adapting the social business of the company and understand the effect of legislation in the context. Now, beneficiaries of conclusion and recommendation. The beneficiaries of the research study is mainly lawmakers and employers. Lawmakers will be able to take a data-driven decision to implement social business model by the companies. The employers will be aware of their necessity and responsibility as well as the advantage of adopting social aware models. The next slide here shows evidence of good data collection and good uses of data. The study was conducted according to ethical consideration. The secondary data with public access has been used in this study. And the writer also provide credit or prefer references so that no ethical violation occurs. While using the data, the researcher also considered inappropriateness of the and data source. To identify reliable or credible data sources, and researcher has used the CRAB method and the reference currency. In the next slide shows evidence of good data collection and good uses of the data. These are the references that have a significant impact on the study. So feel free to give this a look. In this slide, I'll explain why the data sources are valid. The data sources are valid because all the data sources are current and up to date, as all the data are from 2014 to 2023. The data sources are related to the topic of the research, like socially aware business models, impact of legislation and others. The data are produced for the purpose of study or research and published in a credible website, book or journal. Information provided in the data source is peer-reviewed and thus accurate. The writer have great academic knowledge about the writing pieces, and by utilizing the source, we can meet the objective of our research properly. Now, how did I source the data sources? To find valid data sources, I have searched different reliable, credible websites like Google, Scholar, PubMed, and researched it using a defined keyword, including social aware models, the impact of legislation, Amazon Fresh UK case study, and others. In this slide, I'll explain the key data sources use qualitative data for the study. The study literature and practice reviews to develop sustainable business model archetypes is a systematic review that was published in a prominent journal. The study shows a brief review of sustainable business model in predicaments and can be an example of the development of sustainable models of business. The study promoting more socially responsibility corporation through a corporate law regulatory framework, critical analysis, the correlation between CSR with related legislation. A pragmatic approach has been used in the study, the development of a responsible and sustainable business practice. The impact of organizational green culture and corporate social responsibility on employees' responsible behavior toward society shows that CSR has significant roles in the development of society and encourage the business to adopt socially aware business models. In this slide shows finding and data analysis. Research philosophy is the procedure of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting the data for the research purpose. Pragmatism states the knowledge is changeable with time, and according to the research philosophy, the researcher can use different methods of research to meet the objective of the research and answer the research question. A different method of data collection has been used in the study to meet the objectives, including case studies, online research, article journals, and others. This study is secondary data source for according this study. Secondary data sources refer to a data set collected by other people or organization rather than the researcher. As a qualitative data method are subjective and open-ended, they can provide a rich understanding related to the necessity of regulation to ensure a social business model of organization. In the next slide, I'll explain my first objective. The study is a systematic literature review and develop a sustainable model in a business. According to the study, the business model is a design or tool that can be used in the business for analysis, operation, management, and the other process. A sustainable business considers three bottom lines approaches. Social aware models are needed as it encourages the reduction in consumption and explore societal, economic, as well as the environmental growth. In the next slide, here is my second objective. Research refers to corporate social responsibility and was once considered as a novel oblique, as there were no widely accepted definition for CSR. The goal of CSR is to activate goals that are socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable. Different countries have adopted the CSR law, and there is a company law 2016 in the UK to promote the success. By adopting CSR law, it can generate 17% increase in productivity. Now, here is my final objective. Amazon Fresh UK has 4 principles related to CSR, including concentrating on customer, considering passion, sustainability, and operational excellence. In 2022, the company has reduced 7% of carbon intensity. The company has supported 14,000 women and invested $1 billion for frontline workers. The company has aimed to net zero carbon emission by 2040. They are aimed to use 100% recyclable packaging within 2023. They have provided free training to 29 million people to upgrade their skills. The next slide shows critical evaluation. CSR or corporate social responsibility is one of the external takes of any organization that helps the organization to meet the needs of the stakeholders and impact positively on society, the economy, and the environment. While corporate law is developed so that the company implement different operational, including CSR according to the law. Law related to CSR including labor law, working hours, and sustainability. While analyzing the major obstacle of implementing CSR, it has been found that there are no clear or proper regulation of implementing CSR, and again, there is a positive correlation between regulation and implementing social aware business models. In the next slide, I'll explain the conclusion. Corporate social responsibility is necessary to fulfill by companies as it provides different opportunity to both companies and society. By implementing corporate social responsibility, sustainable social, economic, and environmental growth can be achieved. While the company can generate brand identity, customer loyalty, and other positive advantage, it is a responsibility as well as a part of voluntary activity. While the regulation can accelerate the implementation of CSR. In this slide shows recommendation. There is a contradiction whether adopting social responsibility is a voluntary task for or not. And for that reason, implementing appropriate regulation is economic and accelerates social, economic, and environmental development. Amazon Fresh UK has taken different steps to make eco-friendly step. It also arranged training session for the people. So take more positive change. The company can consider the needs of the people and empower black people, disabled people, and women. In this slide, I will explain critical reflection. In this research, I have used qualitative method, and I did not develop any algorithm to measure the effectiveness of regulation in adapting social business by the organization. It will have been better if any algorithm was developed to measure the effectiveness of regulation. The study can generate better results. Have explored a lot of research papers, articles, and journals, as it would be help to gather necessary insights. In addition, the study also need to use a qualitative data source to make an evaluation. It would be better if I use primary data source for the research. This research helped me to identify valid data sources and also about the research person, and I need to consider data collection and data processing as well as time management process in any research from now. This is the end of my presentation. Hopefully it has been made clear what the social aware models are, the various impact of regulation concerning the transformation of traditional business into social aware businesses. Here are my references. Please feel free to go through them. And thank you for listening. And again, thank you my module leader and my tutors.